Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kobe and this is SkyTech Digital. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how you can be able to add custom registration fields to your WooCommerce registration page. And then also what we're going to do is we will create separate registration page and then separate login pages for our WooCommerce website. And then after that, we're going to make sure that we have this kind of login link over here whereby we can be able to click on it and then it will take us to that page. Now let me show you how this thing works. So this is my my WooCommerce website over here, and as you can see, this is the products that I have on this particular WooCommerce website. Now for those of you who haven't watched this video, or if you don't have an WooCommerce website, now I used the template from Template Seller to create this particular video over here, so you can go check it up over there. I'll leave the link in the description for you. Now you see, if I click on sign in or login, it's supposed to take me to my account page over here. Okay, so it's going to take me to the account page over here, and that is what exactly as it is that you see over here. Now I can decide to go ahead and log in if I have an account, but if I don't have an account, you see over here it says don't have an account, sign up. I can click over here to sign up over here, and this is what it's going to be like. Okay, so also if you get over here and then you have an account, it will just say that if you don't you already have an account, sign in over here. Okay, and that is exactly what this is all about. So first of all, we're going to make sure that we create this page and then we add custom fields. So as you can see at the registration page, this is how it looks like. We have the first name, the last name, the username, email address, we have password, we have country, and then we have phone number over here. If you go to the normal WooCommerce registration page, the account page over here have both the login page and then the registration page together over here. Okay, and that is not what we really want. We want separate pages for all of them. So if you have over here, you see we have only two. We have just the email address and then the password over here. Okay, and that is it. Now if you come to this place, we have so many fields that you can be able to let the person fill before register. You can collect a lot of information before the person even clicks on what register. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you can be able to do this easily as possible. Now let's jump into our website that we're going to use. This is the website that we're going to use, and it's having the same thing over here, so you're going to see how it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to jump into my dashboard and then we'll get over there. So this particular topic came about from our WhatsApp group. If you are not in the WhatsApp group, I'll leave the link over there. Come and join. Okay, there are more activities that goes on over there. Now Fabulous Bambi, yeah, he brought this particular question. He said he wanted to separate the login page and then also the registration page, and then add more credentials to it, like country and all those kind of stuff. Okay, so basically that is why I'm creating this video. Now you can add it to any WooCommerce website that you have, be it a cryptocurrency website that is created with WooCommerce. So for those of you who are using the crypto invest template, you can be able to adjust it as I am doing so over here. Okay, you can create separate pages and then add more custom fields to your registration page. So let's jump into it. Alright, so this is my dashboard over here, and I'm going to show you how you can be able to do what we just did perfectly well. So first of all, we have to install some plugins. So there are two plugins that we'll use to make this thing happen, but the main plugin is what I'm going to show you right now. So go to your plugins over here, and we're going to add a new plugin. Now this is a free plugin that you can get in the WordPress plugins directory over here. So what we're going to search for is registration form. So search for registration form for WooCommerce. Okay, so we're going to search for this particular plugin over here. Now if you search for it like this, it's going to take time before you see it. So just scroll down. Okay, so look for what I am looking for. Okay, so it took me a while before I got this plugin over here. So you see, this is the plugin that we are going to use. Now it doesn't have much active install, but it works perfectly well. Okay, so this is the plugin that we are going to install, registration form for WooCommerce. Okay, it is by Theme Girl. Okay, that is what we are going to use. So click on install over here and then click on activate. All right, so we have installed and activated the registration form. Now we want to also install another plugin which will help us in Elementor if we are creating our pages. Okay, so first of all, secondly, we'll install a new plugin. So we're going to add a new plugin over here, and then the plugin is just a simple plugin called Visibility Logic. So search for Visibility Logic for WooCommerce for Elementor, sorry. So this is a plugin that we are looking for, Visibility Logic for Elementor. Just click on it and then click on activate. Now of course, if you if you don't need the visibility logic, you're not going to do more of what I am going to do over here. You don't need to install it. All what you need to do is to just add custom fields to your registration page. But if you want to separate the registration page from the login page, then you need to follow exactly what I am going to do over here using visibility logic for WooCommerce, registration form for WooCommerce, visibility logic for Elementor, sorry, registration form for WooCommerce, and then Elementor. Okay, that is exactly what we are going to do. So first of all, we need to add our custom fields that we want to add on our registration form. Okay, so over here, this is our registration form for WooCommerce, but you can find it just under comment over here, registration form. Now if you click on it and we go to all forms, we're going to see just one default form over here. Okay, and that is not what we want. We want to create a new form. Okay, now of course you can go to its settings to also check its settings, how the settings really work. So this is just one form, one setting over here, and it says you have to replace WooCommerce registration form. So if you have any form over here you want to replace it, you can just use it to replace it. And if you want to replace the checkout form also, you can use it, but this is for the pro version. And then if you go to general settings over here, they also have the the captcha or the recaptcha from Google recaptcha. You can be able to enter your site key and then your secret key over here, so that you have Google recaptcha to prevent spam and all those kind of stuff. And then if you click over here, this is also what email. You can add emails to it to receive emails either through the admin email or any other email when people register on your website. So basically this is it. Now we're going to go to add new form. Okay, so let's click on add new form to add our form that we want to create. So at the moment you click on add new form, you're going to have 1, 2, 3 fields already created for you. Okay, 1, 2, 3 fields already created for you, but we want to add more. So just click just click over here and then click on this particular block, add block plus icon over here. And when you click on it, you can search for more of the fields. Just click on browse over here and you're going to see all the fields over here. Now remember that some are pro, some are free. Okay, so what you want, you just make sure that you are, but then most of the things that we will need is already over here. So the username, the email address, the password, all these things are logged basically because they don't want you to delete it. Okay, it is a compulsory thing that you need to have. Now we want to have our name. So we want to have first name, we want to have last name also over here. And if you want to add a nickname or display name on website or user bio, you can also add it over here. But I'm going to go ahead, and then if you even want to add an input kind of field, you can do over here. You want to add a text area field, number, checkbox. Now this is phone number, but I want to add a number, so I'll click on this one. Okay, so if you're asking questions, you can either use the check, you want people to select through, you can either use the checkbox and then the radio also, and then even select is also over here. Okay, so any how you want it, you can be able to state it over here. Now if you go down, you see WooCommerce have billing addresses and all those things. Okay, so you can also add different fields over here, but what I really need is just I don't really need anything. What I need is just the country. Okay, so I'm going to go for country over here, country or region, and then I'll add the country also to it. Now also you can go and add different fields if you feel like. You can even add shipping details also over here. You can you can even add a paragraph, you can add a heading. You can go ahead and add different things depending on what you want to add. So I think this one is quite okay for me for what I'm doing. I'm going to just leave it as it is, and then I'll come close this one, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange them the way I want it. So I want the first name, last name to be from the beginning, and then the username and email address is what will come. So I'm going to just come over here and then move it up. I'm going to move it up. I'll move the first name and last name up. I'll come over here, click over here, and then also move it up. All right, so I have my first name and last name over here. I have username, I have email address, I have password, I have country, and then I also have number. Now, of course, you can be able to add placeholders to it. So first name, you can even change the label over here. Instead of the small n, I'm going to make it maybe capital N. And then over here, I'll say enter your first name. Okay, you can make it required. Okay, so it's going to be a required field. You can add a description. You can even hide the label if you want to, depending on how you want to do it. And then even the width, you can decide to make it a 50% or whatever it is. Okay, the same thing applies to this one. So we also say enter your last name. All right, so enter your last name. I'm just going to make it small letters true, and then I'm also going to make it required over here. Okay, and then when you come to this place, you can also give it a placeholder over here. So you enter your email address. So enter your email address. Oh, sorry, it's going to be enter your username. It's going to be enter your user name, and then over here is going to be enter your email address. Okay, and then over here I'll say maybe choose a strong password. Okay, and then this is the country. Okay, so you can also select, maybe change the placeholder over here, and even change this one if you want to. And then the number, instead of number, I'll say maybe phone number. And then I'll say enter your phone number. So if you want to collect WhatsApp number, you can say enter your WhatsApp number. All right, so now all what you need to do is to publish it. But before we publish it, let's go to the form settings itself. So let's click on settings over here, and then let's see what we have under the settings. Now we have a redirect over here, which is very important. Okay, now we need to set a redirect URL whenever the person complete the registration form and then click on send. Where will the person be redirected to? We want the person to redirect it to the account page. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy the account page URL over here, and then I'll paste it over here. So if the person finish filling the registration form and then hit the register button, the person is supposed to be redirected to the account page. Now of course, if you like I said, if you have set up the reCAPTCHA, you have to enable this one, and then it's going to work on the page. But we are not interested in this one. All what we have done is okay. We can go ahead and publish our form. Now of course, you can also set a name for your form over here. So let me see. Okay, so it doesn't really work that way. So it means that you cannot set a name over here, but you can go ahead and publish it. So we're going to publish this one over here. Click on publish. Okay, so the form is published, and if you go to all forms over here, we're going to see our form over here. Okay, so this is where I'll click on quick edit over here, and then I can change the name over here. So I'll say maybe registration form, right? So I can remember it. I'm going to update it, and as you can see, this is my registration form. Now I can copy this particular shortcode and use it in the next step that we are going. So now we have a form, we have a registration form. Okay, so now what we can do is we can copy this one and use it in our next step that we are going to do. So what is the next step that we're going to do? Our next step is to create our pages. Okay, so first we have to recreate the account page, and then also we have to create a new page for registration. But first we're going to create our new page for registration, which is going to be very easy. So we're going to go ahead and click on add new page. I'm going to open it in a new tab so I can still have this page open, so I can easily copy the shortcode from here. So this is our new page that we are creating over here. We're going to enter the name, and then we're going to choose Elementor full width, and then we publish it. So this one is going to be our registration page, and then I'm going to go ahead and change the template to Elementor full width over here, and I'm going to click on publish. All right, so I'm going to use Elementor to edit it, so I'm going to go ahead and click on edit with Elementor over here. Okay guys, so this is Elementor. I'm going to close this one. I'll say got it. And then this is what Elementor. I'll also close this structure over here, so I'll have a full screen over here. And this is Elementor, and this is how it looks like. Now what I'm going to do is just going to create simple page for it. So I'll click on this one, click the flexbox container, choose a container like this, and what I'll do is I'll go to I'll choose this minimum height of maybe 300. 300 is even too small. Choose 250, and then go to style over here. I'm gonna go to background, and then choose an image for the background. So I'm just going to choose a simple image for our background. So what image should I choose? Let me see. Okay, so let me just go ahead and choose this particular image over here. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go to position is center, and I'll come to attachment. I'll leave it as default. I'll say no repeat, and then I'll make it cover. So it's going to be something like this. Now go back to the layout of the container, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this one to center, set this one to also center. Okay, and then I'll click on this plus element or add element icon over here. I'll drag in another widget, heading widget over here, and then inside this one I'll say registration. Okay, so I'm gonna go to style. You can see it, so I want to make it how you can be able to add colors and other stuff, so you can be able to. But first of all, I'll change my my font. So I'm gonna make it Poppins. All right, and I'll make it 35 over here, and then I'll leave it as it is, and I'll go to here, the text color over here, and I'll change it to white. Okay, so I'm also going to go to the container itself, go to its style over here. Now you see that the background, because of the background, I can't see the writings very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a background overlay over here, and then I'll choose the classic over here, and I'm going to add just a darker overlay. Okay, and then now I can increase this one to, let's say 75. So this one is quite okay for me. You can even change it to maybe 85 or so, depending on how you want it. All right, so this one is quite okay for me. Now I go over here and then add my registration form. So I'm going to just add another container. So I'll click on this one over here, and then I'll go to it advanced. I'll go ahead and then unlink the padding, give it 50 at the top, and then 80 at the bottom. I want space, more space at the bottom. I'll go to layout over here and then change this one to 800, or let me just make it 700. Okay, so I don't want this one to be too big. And then I'll click on the add element again, and then I'll look for short code, and then I'll drag in the short code inside this one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and then copy my the short code for the registration form that we created. So I'm going to copy it. Right, so click here to copy the code. Okay, and then come over here and then paste in the short code over here. All right, so this is our registration page over here, and as you can see, we have it done. Now our next step is to make sure that when somebody lands over here, okay, if somebody lands on the registration page and maybe the person is already a registered member or registered customer of our website, we want the person to easily click on something to go to the login page to register, to sign in. Okay, so we need to make sure we write a statement down over here so that anybody who lands over here who is a registered customer can easily go back to the login page and then log into the page. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to add an element, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a container over here. Okay, so I'll add a container over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm inside this container, I'm going to add I'll first of all click over here and then make sure that this one is row horizontal, and then go to it advanced over here, unlink the padding, come over here and then also make this one 0. Right now inside this one I'm going to add this heading element in it, and then over here I'm just going to say maybe already already have an account or something like that. Already have an account. Okay, already have an account. Then if you already have an account, then I want you to go to a different place. So I'm just going to go ahead and then change some few things. So I'm going to make it poppins, and then this one I'm going to make it like an 18, so it's going to be small. And then over here I want to choose either this one or this one. Yeah, so this one is quite okay. And then this one also, the weight I will change it to 500. All right, so this is quite okay. Now I want to add a button. Okay, so I want to add a button. So what I'll do is I'll just click here to add a button. So you see, the reason why we made this container show this way, this direction, is because we want it to be side by side, right? So then if you already have an account, then we'll say sign in. We say sign in, and then this is where we will bring our our login page, and our login page is no other than the account page. Okay, so that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to make our login page the account page. So this is our login page, and what we are going to do first of all is to make sure that this one stays like this over here, and we can even put it in the center like this, right? And then we can go to this place and push it at the top. So I'm going to make it negative 20 or even maybe 30, so it goes at the top like this. Now another one is I'll go to the layout over here, and then this one I'll make sure that there's a little bit of space. But even with this one, what I'm going to do is I want to remove this sign, the background over here. So what I'll do is I'll go to a style over here, and then I'm going to go to typography, change from the default to poppins. I always want my things to be poppins, and then make sure that this one is also 18, just like the way we want it. And then the same 500. Yeah, So basically, that is it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to border radius, make it 0, and then this one, which is the padding, we also make it 0. So it's going to be something like this, right? And then we go to text over here. We're going to make the text this color, and then the background over here, also we want to remove the background, okay, like this. So it's going to be something like this. Now of course we can decide to even give it an underline, okay. So we can go to border type over here. So border type, make it solid, and remove this one, and then we give it a bottom of 1 or maybe 2, okay, depending on how we want it. And then we can give it this color, okay. So we can go ahead and publish it. Now before we even publish it, this is how it's going to be looking like. Before we even publish it, we want to make sure that it looks good on mobile and then tablet. So we're going to go to tablet and then see how it looks on tablet. So over here we can go ahead and make sure that it looks good on tablet. For tablet it's okay. Let's go to mobile also, and then for mobile we're going to just click on this one, go to it advanced, remove all the padding, and then give it side of 20, this side also bottom of 40. I'm gonna give bottom of 40, this side also, left side also 20. And then with this one I also want to reduce it a little bit. So I'll make it like 150, which is also quite okay. Reduce this also a little bit. So instead of 35, I'll make it like 25, which is also okay. So even with this one, I'll also come over here and give it like a 20, okay, which is quite okay. Now with this one also, I can reduce the side to 14 for all of them, 14. And this one also can go to 14. All right, so basically this is it. This is how it's gonna be like. If you feel like you don't like the underline, you can just go ahead and then just remove it, okay. So let me just give it 0 over here, put it all, remove all, and then maybe just give it like a 1 like this, or I'll just remove it. So it's gonna be something like this. Now all what we need to do is to make sure that all of them are also positioned in the middle. So basically everything is what quite okay. All right, so it's gonna be something like this, and our mobile and tablet and desktop are all set. So all what we have to do is to just this one also I'm gonna remove this one. Let me just remove this one, make it like this, and I'm gonna just go ahead and publish it. Okay, so now our registration page is published. We now have our registration page. Now the next step is for us to make sure that our login page only have just the the login details, not the login and the registration. Now if you look at, let me open it in an new incognito for you. This is it. So if you look at it over here, my account, it is having what? It is having the login and the registration, right? We want to remove the registration from the login page and then make sure that we only have login page. So let's go back over here and then go to our dashboard, and then we hover on WooCommerce, we go to settings over here. Okay, so first of all we need to make sure that we set it right. Okay, over here to the settings, what we're going to do is we're going to go to, okay, so over here what we're going to do is we're going to go to account and privacy over here, and then this is where we change things over account creation. Okay, so under account creation, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that it says what? Account creation, allow customers to create an account. So yes, we want to allow customers to create an account, but we don't want them to create an account on the my account page. And then also we don't want them to create an account on the checkout page. Okay, we want them to have an account from our registration page. Okay, and that's exactly what we want. So that is what we want. So we make sure that you untick this once. Okay, so untick it and then save these changes. Of course, if you feel like most of your customers go to the checkout page to create an account, of course you can, check this one. Okay, but for me, I'm going to uncheck this one. All right, so now that we've done this one, let's go back and check and see. So let's refresh this one. Now, as you can see, we only have the login page over here. So we have to customize this page. We have to make sure that this page looks the way we want it, because remember that the my account page over here is the one that have your account details. So if the person is logged in, the person is still logged into this place, and then instead of it showing the form, it will not show the form, but rather it's going to show the account dashboard over here. And that is why you need to make sure that you do it right. Okay, so we're going to just use Elementor to make sure that we set this place right, and then the other plugin, the visibility logic for Elementor, we also make sure that we use it well. So we're going to go back to our dashboard, and then this time around we're going to go to pages over here. So let's look for pages. We're going to go to all pages. We are not going to create a new page, but we're going to customize an existing page, which is the account page over here. So we click on edit. So I'll open it in a new tab. So I still have my dashboard there already. I'm going to open it in a new tab over here. All right, so you see this one have the WooCommerce my account short code in it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and change this one from default template. We're going to change it to full Elementor full width over here, and then we save it, and then we click on edit with Elementor. So now that the page is updated, let's click on edit with Elementor. All right, so now we are in Elementor over here, and as you can see, you cannot see the shortcode, but it is over here. Okay, it is over here. So let's click on it, and as you can see, this is a shortcode over here, and this is how it displays. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create a hero section that contains the title of the page and all those things, and then we will be able to use Elementor and visibility logic for Elementor to do whatever we want to do. Okay, so first of all, what we're going to do is I'm going to come over here and copy this hero section over here. Okay, and come over here and paste it over here. So that is the simplest way you can recreate something in Elementor. And then over here, I'm going to change this one to login. Okay, I'll change this one to login, and then also I'll copy this one again. I'll copy it. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I will recreate this one over here. I'll put it over here, and then over here I'll say account dashboard. Now remember, we're going to have two different things on this form, but we're going to use the visibility logic for Elementor to show them based on the role of the user. Okay, so if the user is a logged out user, show the login page for the person. But if the user is a logged in page, show the account page for the person. And that is exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to copy this one also. I'm going to copy this one also, and then come over here and paste it over here. Okay, so it's going to be like this. So now I have to just adjust certain things over here. Okay, so over here I'm going to go to it advanced, remove all padding, give it top padding of 50, a top padding of 50, and then also a bottom padding of let's say but let me give it 80. Okay, but even with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add a container because I want it to be nice. Okay, so I'm going to click on add element over here, and then put a container over here, and then I'll put this inside this container. All right, so it's going to be something like this, and then so I'll put this inside the container, and then what I'll do is I'll click on this particular one, go to it advanced over here, and then give it a padding of 50 all around. Okay, and then I'll come over here, go to the advanced, and then remove the 80 and give it like 50, which is quite okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'll click on this one over here, go to its layout. That is the main container for the account page. Go to its layout and then go to the width over here, and I'll set the width to the width that I want. So let's say I want to set it to 1100. Okay, so 1100 over here. I'll go to advanced over here, or let me go to style over here. I'll go to style over here and then give it a background type of white. Okay, so I want to give it a background type of white. Let me see, which one did I give? Oh, okay, so I gave all the background type. That is not what I want. I want just this particular one. Okay, so I'll go to it, advance over here, click over here, give it a background type of white. So it's going to be something like this. You can even give a border type of maybe 14 all around, so that it's going to be something like this. Okay, so this is our account dashboard and I'm okay with it. So what we are going to do next is to also play with the login page over here, or the login side over here. So we're going to come over here, and with the login side also, what we're going to do is I'm just going to come over here, click on this one. Also first of all, let me just give it a container. Okay, so I'm going to give it an inner container over here, and then I'm going to put this inner container inside this one. I'm going to put the account or the login page inside this. Now remember, they are all the same shortcode, but like I showed you, one will act as a login, and then the other one will act as a template, a dashboard. Okay, so that's exactly what we wanted. Now we have this one done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click on this one, and then we'll give it a padding, a top and bottom padding. So we're going to give a top padding of 80, a bottom padding of also 80, and then we go to layout over here. Then over here, I'm going to give it, 700. Okay, so it's going to be something like this for the login. So 700. Remember, this one is 700 and this one is 1100. Okay, so that is exactly what we want. So this one is 700, and it's quite okay for it. I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm just going to leave it at 700 over here. All right, so now the next step is to give it the logic, the visibility logic that we want. So what are we saying? We are saying that the top one over here, okay, the login and the widget over here. Now when somebody is logged in, the person is not supposed to see it. Okay, so we want to hide it to all logged in user. Okay, so we're going to click over here. So click on this first one over here, and then go to advanced over here. Oh, sorry, go to visibility logic over here. Now remember that if you are using Elementor Pro, there's no need for you to use visibility logic. Okay, now for those of us who are using free version, that is of Elementor, that is why we are using the visibility logic. With Elementor Pro, you will already have display conditions over here, which will in turn you have the visibility logic and other stuff over here. So we're going to use the visibility logic, and then we want to enable it. Okay, now we will hide it, show or hide action. Make sure that you select hide over here. Now we'll hide it, and then we are using user role, so make sure you enable the user role. Now hide it from which user role? We say that all logged in users. Okay, so whoever is logged in, hide it from the person. Okay, the same one. The reason why I am not attaching it to this one is because this container applies to everything over here, and that is why I'm doing so for this particular container. This container will also apply, anything I do for this container in the visibility logic settings will apply to everything in this particular container. So I'm going to go to it over here. So make sure you click on this one, go to its visibility, and then enable the visibility logic. We're also going to hide it, okay, from user role. Which user role? Logged in user, and that is it. We're going to hide it from logged in user. Okay, so now if we publish it over here, okay, we publish it. Now let's go over here and we do the same for this particular two containers, big containers. Now the first container, we go to visibility logic over here and we enable it. Now this time around, we are not hiding it, we want to show it. So we say show, okay, show. So make sure that you show it. And who are we showing it to? Okay, we're showing it to user roles. Who are the user roles? Logged in users. Okay, so we want to show it to all logged in users. We do so for this particular one also. So we click over here, we go to visibility, we enable the visibility logic, we go to user role over here, we enable the user role, and then we show it to logged in users. Okay, so let me go over here and see this one. Make sure it is show. Okay, show. So you're going to show it to all logged in users. Okay, now we are done. We're going to click and refresh. Now let's go back over here, come over here, and let's see. So this is our my account page, right? Now we're going to refresh it and see how it shows right now. All right, so as you can see, this is how it shows. Okay, so we have username or email address, and then you see that it is now even in the middle, compressed in the middle, right? This is how it really shows. Now we don't see the other ones over there. So if I go to the front end also, okay, so let me just go to the front end and then view it from it. Because I'm logged in over here, let's see what we're going to see over here. So because I'm logged in, you see what I'm seeing? I'm seeing this particular one over here, which is what account dashboard, okay, which is what we created, right? All right, so now the only thing we have to do is to make sure that when somebody land on this page and the person is not logged in, the person will definitely see this particular top one, which is this particular top one, which is the login. Okay, so if you go over here and because I'm not logged in, you see what I see? I see login over here, right? Now what if I want to register, right? If I want to register, we need to add the same thing that we added to the other page, okay, the registration page, right? We need to add the same thing over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back over here, go to our Elementor over here, and then we're going to add I'm going to go to the registration page, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this one. I'm going to copy this one, come back over here, and then you know what I'll do is I'll just paste this one over here. Okay, so as you can see, I've pasted this one over here, right? So it says already have an account. Okay, this one will not say already have an account, but it will say what do you think it was gonna say? So this is what already have an account. So this is gonna say don't have an account here. So let me just say don't have an account. Okay, so don't have an account, sign up, right? So this one is gonna be sign up or register. Okay, so sign up or register is what you can use. Okay, and then over here we're going to enter our registration page. Okay, so we're going to enter our registration page. So let me just use this page over here. This is our registration page, and then I'm going to just click on publish. Okay, now let's go ahead and refresh this one on the logged in page and see what will happen. All right, so nothing happens over here. It's still the same, but let's go ahead and go to our incognito over here and let's refresh this page. You see, don't have an account, sign up. I can click over here and it's going to take me to my registration page over here. It says already have an account, sign in. I can click over here and it's going to take me over here, and that is exactly what we want. And that is how you can be able to easily create login page and registration page for your WooCommerce, separate one. Okay, separate one, and it works perfectly. Now let's try how it's going to work on our website. So we don't have an account yet, so we want to register. So we're going to go ahead and click on sign up over here, Now we enter our first name, so I'm just going to enter Kobe. Okay, over here I'm going to enter maybe Evans, and then over here I'll enter any user name that I want to use. So let me say user Evans, right? And then the email address, what email address should I use? Let me just use this particular email address over here, and then I'll enter some password that I want to use, and then I'll select my country over here. So as you can see, I can select the country that I am in. So I'm going to go ahead and select Ghana. Okay, and then the phone number, I'm going to enter my WhatsApp number over here, and I'll click on register. Now let's wait and see what happens. All right, so it takes me to my account dashboard perfectly. Okay, and that is what we want, and that is what you have been able to do right now. So this is how you can be able to create your registration page, add custom fields to it, and then also separate it from your your user or your logged in page. Okay, so you're gonna have two different login and registration page in a different pages altogether. Alright guys, so now that we've created our registration page and our login page and added custom fields to it, now the next step is to make sure that we add the login button or the sign up button over here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just apply it only applies to people who are using the Cadence theme. Okay, so if you're not using the Cadence theme, maybe your team will also have a different way of doing it, but this only applies to those who are using the Cadence theme. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to customize over here. Okay, customize over here. All right, so this is the theme customization page or section. So what we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead, go straight to the header over here, and then we locate where the button is. Okay, so this is the button. Click on the settings icon over here, and instead of the shop now, we're going to change this one to sign in stroke sign up. Okay, so sign in stroke sign up, we can be able to use this one. So you can go ahead and then change it over here. Now that we have sign in sign up, now we have to put a link over here, and the link I'm going to put is just the my account link. Okay, so make sure that you put the my account link over there. I'm going to just go ahead and then copy the link and put it over here. All right, so I'm going to copy this one, copy the link over here, and come over here and put it over here. Okay, and now let's go to the settings over here. Now of course you can open in a new tab. When it's being clicked, you can set link to no follow. You can also set link attribute as sponsored. You can set link to what, to download. But what we really want is the button visibility. Okay, the button visibility. Now what do you mean by button visibility? Now it means that when somebody is logged out, the person should see the button. When somebody is logged in, the person shouldn't see the button. Okay, because it only says sign in sign out. So we wanted to show the button to only logged out users. So as you see, the button vanishes from here because I'm logged in already. So I'm going to just click on publish over here, and that is it. We are done. So now let me also set it on the on the mobile side. So let me go to tablet over here, and we're going to see our button over here. So I'm going to click over here, and the button says shop now. So I'm going to just remove the shop now and then say sign in stroke sign up. Okay, and then I'll just enter my account over here. So it's going to be my dash account. Okay, so this is the my account link over here, and I'll show it to only logged out users. Okay, so that's what basically it. So now we are good to go. We can click on publish also over here. So if I click over here, I'm not going to see the button over here because it is showing to only logged out users. All right, so now I can click on close over here, and now we don't have an account a button over here. But if you go to the new place over here, let me refresh this one. This one is already logged in, so you see the button is also what? Also gone. Okay, but let's log out and see. So I'm going to log out. All right, so at the moment I log out, see the button comes over here. Okay, so if I'm on the home page over here and I click on sign in, sign up, it's going to take me over here. Okay, if I have an account, I go ahead to log in, but if I don't have an account, I have to click on sign up to sign up over here. So this is how you can be able to create a new registration page, add custom fields to your registration page, separate the pages for login pages and then also the registration page, separate them, and then also how you can be able to add sign up or sign in, sign up button on your header so that only logged out users will be able to see it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this video helps you to be able to achieve whatever thing that you've been struggling to achieve. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel and let's grow together. And for those of you who wants to join our WhatsApp group, I'll leave the link in the description for you so you can be able to join the WhatsApp group over there. Also, please, if you need any template, there is template seller over there. You can be able to get amazing templates over there. And our template, which is going for 49 USD, is still running. Okay, it's still running. So see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye. Now, if you are a web designer, a freelancer, or a business owner looking to build stunning websites fast, then you're going to love what I've got for you today. I've just dropped an incredible bundle of 17 pre-made WordPress templates, all built with Elementor, and you can grab the entire bundle for just $49. Yes, $49. All 17 pre-made bundles are going for $49. If you ever spend hours building a website from scratch or wasted time trying to make free templates look good, this bundle is going to save you a ton of time and effort. These templates are ready to use, professionally designed, mobile responsive, and super easy to customize with WordPress free version. No coding needed. Let me quickly show you what you're going to get inside this bundle. So inside this bundle, you're going to get a portfolio template, crypto investment template with a dashboard, accounting template, digital marketing agency template, shipping company website or shipping company template, car rental template, salon template, e-commerce stores template, football club template, photography website template, church website. In fact, you're going to get 2 church website templates. You also get travel and tour agency website template. You're going to get dentist template, law firm template, school or Montessori or kindergarten template, and then a hospital or clinic template, all going for 49 USD. It is just a one-time fee, no monthly fee, no hidden cost. Just download, import, and launch your website. All what you need to do is to edit the content and you are ready to go. So if you are ready to build faster, work smarter, and impress your clients, don't miss this deal. I'm going to put a link in the description over there and go and grab this particular template bundle for just $49 now.